Yeah guys, welcome back to the UCATT YouTube channel, and today it's a massive video. We are going to be reacting to my 2021 AFL season predictions. Now, the original video here, hit my elbow. Original video here, sorry, only goes for 3 minutes, so it could be in some, I don't know, bit of strife for the length of this video. Hopefully not though. We're gonna react to it, see my predictions, talk us through it, and yeah, let's go. Yeah, so I don't actually talk myself through this, I just went through like that.
Welcome
Anyway,
to my 2021 AFL predictions video. Make sure to please not take any personal offense to this video. This is just my
skip along
video.
that.
If you do, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah.
No one left a like and subscribe to stay with you after this. Also, it's got quite a few dislikes there. It's got 11 dislikes. 11. Alright, let's get into it. Actually, turn that volume down because now it's just music. Here we go. First up, North Melbourne. I think every YouTuber who did this video tipped North Melbourne as their wooden spooners, and you can see why. They were the wooden spooners, and we have got this one correct. North Melbourne, we've correctly predicted the wooden spooners of the 2021 AFL season. They just have a good list going into the season. What else can we say? Here we go, moving on to 17. Oh, jeez. Well, this is woeful, because I know a lot of people had Essendon in their bottom 4. So it's like not the worst tip because a lot of people had it. But then again, they finished in the 8. They did finish 8. They ended up going out in the first week of finals, but still to expect to make bottom 4 by everyone in the AFL media and community, and then end up making finals is pretty special. So I'm happy to get that one wrong, and I think a lot of people did get that one wrong. Moving on, 16th, I've got the Crows. We'll double check that. I think the Crows were 15th or 16th. No, the Crows were 17th, weren't they? No, the Crows were 15th. Alright, so one spot off the Crows. A lot of people tipped Adelaide to finish 17th. I tipped them to finish a little bit higher in 16th, and they did finish 15th. So, not the worst prediction in the world there. I will take that. I've got the Lego open here now. Moving on to 15th. I tipped Sydney. Adelaide actually finished 15th, and I tipped Sydney. Sydney obviously had a dream season, and they ended up finishing 6th, tied on points with being in the top 4. It was just percentage that separated them from the top 4. So yeah, Sydney, we didn't think that a whole Sydney young gun list would just fire and skyrocket them into the finals as commanding as they did, but that's exactly what they did. I reckon the Swans will be a dynasty in the next few years. Moving on now to 14th. Hawthorn finished 14th. And I predicted Gold Coast to finish 14th. Again, not the worst prediction. Gold Coast finished 16th, so I was 2 places off there. I did predict the Suns to finish 14th, though. So, yeah, not the worst call in the world. Moving on now to 13th. 13th was Carlton, and I tipped Hawthorn. I was 1 spot off Hawthorn. That's good. That's like a really good tip. I'm happy with that. A lot of people like Hawthorn down in the pits, but their strong end to the season really saved me there. They finished 14th, and I tipped them to be 13th. In fact, they were actually tied on percentage with 13th. They were 0.3% off actually getting my tip right. So I'm not angry about that at all. Good tip on myself. Knew the Hawks young guns would fire, and I really think they'll have a promising campaign in 2022. Moving on now to 12th. Richmond actually finished 12th. And I tipped the Giants to finish 12th. The Giants finished 7th. It was looking likely a lot of the year that GWS would finish 12th. Had really, really strong end to the season. We get maggoted. Obviously, upset Sydney in that elimination final. And then back out to Geelong in not pretty manners, at Optus Stadium in the semis. Yeah, I tipped them to finish 12th, they finished 7th. The Giants proved me wrong, can't say that was a good call. Now moving on to 11th, Freo actually finished 11th. Let's see who I tipped to finish 11th. We haven't had a stinker yet. Carlton, it's not a stinker, we were 2 spots off there. I reckon I've tipped pretty well so far. I tipped Carlton 11th here, and they ended up finishing 13th. Fair enough. We haven't had a stinker yet, moving on to 10th now. think some stuff could really start piling in. Who I tip in 10th? Who do I tip in 10th? Collingwood, yeah. That's our first absolute woeful one. No one expected Collingwood to finish as low as they did. They knew that. I think a lot of people knew they wouldn't make finals, but not as commanding as they did. Collingwood finished 17th. Collingwood finished bottom last. Second bottom, sorry. And I tipped them to finish 10th. So we were 7 spots off. That's terrible. Not happy with that one. Now in 9th, West Coast actually finished 9th. I believe I tipped Dockers in 9th, if I remember correctly. I did. So I was 2 spots off the Dockers as well. I'm going pretty well. I think Collingwood one is like really the only really bad one. And maybe the Essendon one as well. But yeah, I tipped Dockers finished 9th. We finished 11th. Oh well. Not the worst tip. Moving on to 8th. Essendon actually finished 8th. Let's see who we tipped. We tipped the D's. Alright, well, at least I got the D's in the 8. The D's obviously won the minor premiership. But I don't think anyone was expecting that. I remember Kagan said in his season predictions that in that 4th spot you could have a few teams like Bulldogs, mentioning a few other teams. And he also said Melbourne, which was a shock to a lot of people. But the D's were outstanding this year. You can't go past them. They obviously won the flag. So, yeah, I tipped them to finish 8th. They won the minor premiership and the premiership. Moving on to 7th. Giants actually finished in 7th. Let's see who I tipped to finish in 7th. I tipped the Dogs. The Dogs finished 5th. So again, I was 2 spots off. In my early season predictions I did, I think I tipped the Dogs to finish in the top 4, and I actually tipped the Dogs to finish in the grand final. That's right, I actually, in my early season predictions, you can look it up if you want, I tipped the Dogs to be in the grand final, so I actually got the Doggies grand final tip right pre-season on my early one. I changed it for the official one, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, 2 spots up there, we're doing well. Moving on to 6, obviously Sydney actually finished 6th. In 6th, I had West Coast. I don't know how I feel about this one, because West Coast finished 9th, which is 3 places off. I feel like West Coast could have definitely finished in 6th. I think they had an awful end to the season, which definitely just let them down. Not the worst tip, not the best tip. 3 places off, I'll take it. Moving on to 5th, the Bulldogs obviously actually finished 5th. Who did I tip? Oh no. Oh no. In hindsight, it's only 5 places off. But yeah, I tipped St Kilda to finish 5th. As a lot of other people tipped St Kilda to finish quite high. They had a stinky start to the season, which cost them a final spot. And yeah, St Kilda actually finished 10th. Cracking into the top 4 now. Who did I predict in 4th? Brisbane actually finished 4th. And in 4th, I predicted Brisbane. Yeah! Is that my second dead on one? I think that's my second dead on one. Yeah, it's my second one that I'm dead on, apart from the wooden spoon. I did tip Brisbane in 4th. Come on. Come on. Massive. Got that right. Nothing else to say. In 3rd, actually was Geelong. Who did I actually tip in 3rd? Geelong. Holy shit, I've got 3rd and 4th dead on. Beautiful. If that doesn't deserve a round of applause, I don't know what does. That's stunning. I believe my second tip was Richmond. So that doesn't deserve a round of applause. Yeah, it was Richmond. Richmond finished 12th, so I was 10 spots off. I think a lot of people were about that amount off Richmond. Yeah, whatever. In 1st, there's only 1 team left. I tipped Port Adelaide for the minor premiership, and they finished 2nd. If Max... No, it actually wouldn't have happened. Ignore what I just said. But I tipped Port finish 2nd, or I tipped them in the minor premiership. I tipped Port to stay up there, and I got it. So yeah. Now, here we go. Next prediction. What's after this? AFL Grand Final, I tipped Port Geelong. Now, obviously, not one of these teams made the Grand Final. But... what am I trying to say? These teams both made the prelims, and they were both the losing teams of the prelims. If both prelims went the opposite way, I would have had my grand final tip correct. So, in hindsight, that's actually a pretty good prediction. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. That's pretty good. Alright, now what have we got? I tipped the Cats for the premiership. It didn't happen. Obviously, the D's did. I don't think anyone predicted the D's though. Here we go. This. Norm Smith, Patrick Dangerfield. That's just no. Rising star Riley Philthorpe from Adelaide. Had a pretty good run, but didn't end up making like a real contention for it. A Brownlow medal, Matt Fife. No. Not even close. Coleman medal, Jeremy Cameron. Just no. So I got all 4 of them wrong. But overall, I reckon my ladder predictions were pretty good. I will take my ladder predictions. Thought they were pretty good. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Have a good one, and see you later.